must say I failed completely to do all of that. The points in my life that I did not prioritize were Guys, this video is gonna be so relatable to a whole lot of you. And it's basically about the situation that I have been living in the last couple of months and the main lessons that I took from it. So there's this one skill to which we assign many successful people. So when we think about CEOs, mothers, top managers, tell me what, there are always this kind of sense that these people are capable of managing a whole lot of things with a whole lot of responsibility and doing everything well without trembling and without really having any problem by managing all of those things that they're doing. And the thing that I want to talk to you about is basically that. Don't get me wrong. I have always thought that I could multitask really well. So well that I actually have some very good experience at it. When I was 11, I started this part-time job at the paper shop in front of my school, and I would like sell candy for 1 hour or two after term. And then at the age of 14, I started to go to this like real part-time job at the TV channel in my city, where I would be working 20 hours a week, and I would also be doing school, and I would also be doing like this volunteering activities for the exchange students in my city, and so on and so forth. The real thing with like real hardcore multitasking and real hardcore doing a lot of things at one time began when I was like 18. There, I started, or back then, I started college, and almost practically at the same time in which I started college, I also started to have this internship. So in Brazil, college, not always, but sometimes works in this way. You have college at night. So in my case, it was from 7 up until 10 p.m. if I'm not mistaken, or like 10:30 p.m. And then you'd have like the whole day in order to work, do internships, or do whatever. And in my case, I decided to do an internship. The problem is, this internship was quite far from the place where I lived, and I didn't have a car, so I had to get there by bus. It was a bus from the company though, so it was pretty fine, but it took a while, and I would spend a day, 3 hours commuting, so about 1.5 hours going there, and 2 hours back, so 3.5 hours commuting. And this led to me waking up at 5:30 a.m. each morning, going to this internship, getting back with traffic for 2 hours, staying 1 or 2 hours at uni, waiting for it to start or studying, and then doing like the whole university thing, and then going home and actually going to bed at like 11 or 11:30 to wake up the next morning at 5:30 a.m. So I did this for 2 years, and this experience was very hard and very empowering and very good. I learned actually a whole lot out of it, and I was fine. I was very tired at the end, but I was fine. And if I've had all of those experiences, it's no surprise to think that, oh Marcus, you want to do an MBA on the side, like together with your job, this is going to be no problem. Fast forward to the future, and guys, it was a problem. It's no surprise that I would think that. And this is exactly what I thought, and I started to do an MBA last year in October. And I started doing it, and it has been quite challenging since then. The first semester wasn't really a problem. It was challenging, I'm not gonna say that. I learned a whole lot, but I had the privilege of having the vacation that comes with Christmas time to dedicate myself to many activities and projects and so many other things that were happening at the same time. Nonetheless, the second semester, which is the one that I'm actually finishing right now, was very much different. And it was very much different because I didn't get like this Christmas vacation, and I didn't plan my vacation so well so that I could dedicate myself fully to my studies for like a certain amount of time. I also had the challenge that I moved to a new place, so you're seeing a new scenario here. This is probably gonna be the new scenario that you guys are gonna see in the next videos. And I didn't actually just have studies and, how can I say it, work. I already had so many other activities that I wanted to do and that I wanted to do very well. So I have a relationship. I moved in from actually 2 places to this one. I have this YouTube channel and other social media accounts to which I actually try to dedicate a lot of time to answer your guys' questions, to be in touch with you, and so on and so forth. Work has been having some projects which were also quite demanding. I wanted to do sports, I wanted to maintain contacts with my friends and family in Brazil, I wanted to maintain contact with my friends and family here in Germany, I wanted to travel, and I actually did travel between all of this time, and I actually needed as well to have time for myself. And I must say I failed completely to do all of that. And one of the reasons for why I have failed to do all of that is basically that I want to do everything perfect. I want to do like 100% dedication to each and every topic that I'm doing so that everything is nothing less than perfect. And I do this at work, I do this for the social media, I do this for my studies. And the thing that I've noticed is when I have so many things going on at the same time, I just cannot do everything perfect. It's just not possible. And if I do have this kind of pressure and this kind of expectation on myself, what comes out of it is that some things are just not done or are so poorly done that they're not okay. And I must say to you, the points in my life that I did not prioritize were my relationship, were time with friends and family and catching up on people, but primarily time for myself. Exercising, going out, reading books, doing things that I enjoy and that are fun, and kind of like letting things go for a while and just having a little bit of fun. The biggest lesson that I've learned from this time is, yes, Marcus, you can do a lot of things at the same time, but can you do all of them perfect? Are you setting your priorities right? So are your studies right now really at this very high top priority that you need to do everything so neatly and perfect and well structured and really understand the exception of the exception of the exception of the topic you're studying? The answer for me right now? No, I don't have to do it. Is having like 10-hour work days really the solution for bringing the best of me to work? No. I can actually learn to prioritize better at work. I can actually learn to see, okay, what is urgent, what is important, what can be delegated to someone. I can learn to do that, and I've tried to do that the last couple of days, and it's getting better and better. At the most, is it really important? Is it really important that everything is so perfect? Because if I have this expectation on myself that everything is just so perfect, I might just not get everything done as well. And there is this one sentence, I have some notes, that says, perfect is the enemy of good, And what I think the sentence is actually trying to say is that perfect is the enemy of done. If I always try to do everything so precisely, so perfect, so well, I'll never get it done anyways. Or if I do get it done, what else is life taking this priority from? Because if I don't actively make priorities, life is gonna make priorities for me. And yeah, I think this is basically it for this video. As I said, it's pretty relatable. Many of you are brilliant people. I get messages from you and I interact with you and I see that so many of you are doing so many things, have extraordinary lives, you have so much in front of you, but just do not forget, if you do not prioritize your things and your life yourself, life is gonna do it for you. And I think it's so much better to have the choice. How is it gonna go on for me now? I'm probably gonna post a little bit less on social media. Before this term at uni, I had this expectation of posting one video a week. I'll try to do that. If I can't do that though, I will not make a whole fuzz out of it. I will dedicate myself to my studies, but I will not let it consume more time than it needs, because I also have time to spend for myself, for my family, for friends, and so on and so forth. I wish you guys a great week. I hope you're all fine, and I'm looking very much forward to talking to you soon. See you, bye!